Hi Gemini, welcome to your unexpected reading for October. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. All right, Gemini, what's going on? It's your hi, cards everywhere, unexpected for, it's a free-for-all. It's your unexpected for October. Gemini. Oh, okay, well, then to win. Okay. Alright, Gemini. Queen of Wands, that could be Aries. Right. Oh, also, have a question forming in your mind, world, so that, because we're going to have a coin flip too, so a yes or no, just saying. Right, so start forming a question. A lot will be illuminated here, but that might be the basis for your question after a while, so just keep in mind there's going to be a question in a little, or a coin flip in a little bit. All right, so the World, Sun card, Eight of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and Six of Pentacles. All right. Wow. Is this taking a risk on something? Is this deciding to commit? What is going on here? Gemini. Ooh, King of Cups. Okay, could be dealing with a Pisces. Doesn't have to be Cancer or Scorpio. Alright. Okay. So what's this? Is this about returning to the fold? Gemini. What's this Sun card about for Gemini? Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Are you in talks with, are you going back and forth with someone about if you want to end it or a reconciliation? What's this King of Cups about? Or is this realizing it's for the best that things have ended? Got Hermit there. It could be Virgo. Did somebody recently make a decision? What's this Eight of Swords about? Ace of Pentacles. Wow. What's this Wheel of Fortune about? This Wheel of Fortune. Alright, so we got Two of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. What's this Six of Pentacles about? Queen of Wands. Look at that. Okay, so this is, you're not going to be the one on the fence. They are. Isn't that interesting? And it looks like it's not just on the fence. It looks like you might be the one, Gemini, to think, oh, I need some more time. Maybe even walk away. Maybe even give it a rest for now. And they're going to be the ones that don't want to do that. Now, it's very possible it could be reversed. But the way this feels like is the twist is you two aren't going to be on the same page anymore. You might even decide that it's in your best interest to not make a decision right now, to all of a sudden you're the one that kind of wants to bow out of the talks for reconciliation or working things out, and you're the one that decides I need more time to think, and they're the one that is actually wanting to pursue or has made up their mind, has thought about it long enough, they've made up their mind, and they are the one that's going to be waiting for you to make the decision now, instead of vice versa, the way it has been. What's this World card about? This World card about? You could be dealing with an Aries or a Virgo, Pisces, Leo, Sagittarius. What's this World card about? Scorpio, Taurus, Libra, or Aquarius, Magician. Aha. All right. Being on the fence, deciding, trying to get to that place or point where you're on the same page as someone. And wanting to maybe figure out how this is going to work. What's it going to look like if we separate? What about the kids? What about the house? Or what about the, or is it worth it to stay together? We can't just stay together for the kids, or we can't, like, this is you and this person kind of going back and forth. There is quite the connection with this person. So there's negotiations going back and forth because you do still feel for each other, but it looks like the twist or the unexpected part is that you're going to be the one that might decide you need more time, or you're just not sure about things anymore. Like maybe you were the one saying, don't do this, let's talk, we got a lot to figure out here, it's not so easy. And yet the twist is, the unexpected is, and we got it here with the Wheel of Fortune and with the Wheel of Fortune here, holy cow, that you're the one that's not so sure it's such a good idea anymore, or you're wanting more time to think about it, where this person's like, you know what, I thought about it long enough, I think I'm ready. And you're like, well, wait a second, now I don't know what is such a good idea, what I want, if we're on the same page anymore. Okay. All right. Because it looks like looks like you both have a respect for the fact that there's a lot at stake here. We're probably talking extended family or family, but you do have a lot invested in the relationship. Both of you do. Neither one of you are taking it lightly, but it just looks like something, I don't know what the heck happened. Did somebody new come in that has kind of been gotten you to think about, well, wait a minute, maybe this cycle has ended with this person. Maybe it's just best to call it, because all of a sudden, you know, with or without somebody new, I mean, it doesn't have to be somebody new, but you're kind of looking at your future and going, you know what, maybe it's going to be okay without this person. Maybe there's a way we can make it work without being together. Like maybe we can still co-parent, or we can still, you know, pay this bill off together but in separate households, or what. It's almost like you're seeing another way that this could still work out without you two having to be involved. And that's what the twist is because before it feels like you were the one kind of pursuing this reconciliation, and they were kind of not involved, or they needed convincing. And then all of a sudden the twist is that they've made up their mind, and they're going to be waiting on you to decide, because now you're on the fence. But either way, it feels like you two are both going to be, not that you were going to be, but it was all about how can we make this work. Like, it was about preservation of something. It was about working towards a common goal, just figuring out how we do that. But now you're not as invested as there. It almost is like, well, it'd be more advantageous for me to just not be involved with this, and yet we still pay that bill off together. We still co-parent, or we still have the business, but not as a couple anymore. Huh. Because it could be that you're thinking that, you know what, I just need time to think. I need to, first and foremost, I need to have some balance here. I need to get some balance back in my life. Maybe that's what it is. That's the unexpected shift, is that it's about restoring balance and security in your own life, second to this connection. And it's reversed now. Now it's about you're putting yourself first, and you're kind of not, that this relationship is taking second place to you wanting to restore and maintain some balance in your life, and getting a grip, so to speak, putting things into perspective, having some time to think about what you want for the future. Because all of a sudden you're like, it's like you're at the crossroads. You're like, you know what, I don't know anymore. Whereas before you're just like, let's just power through, let's just get this, let's just do this. Now you're like, I don't know, I'm gonna need some time to think about what's the best thing for me here, and then I'll let you know. Still very much in your own power and in charge. But the focus has shifted from making it work for everybody to putting yourself first, so that you can eventually make it work for everybody. Because this isn't about you being exhausted and on your deathbed just so everybody else is happy. And if it is, you need to shift that right away. Because that's not what it's supposed to be, ever. All right. What else for Gemini? And I don't say, I'm not, I don't identify as selfless. Well, okay, fine. Point being, let's be realistic. Even when you fly, they say help yourself before you help others, because you're no good to anybody with your arm torn off, or if you're oxygen deprived and then you die while trying to put the mask on them. I mean, it's just common sense. Altruism has its place, but not when, it's someone's life is on the line. I mean, where's this going? You know what I mean. Altruism has its place, but the idea is for us to also be whole while we're trying to help someone else, not come from deficit. All right. What else for Gemini? Gemini. Golly, look at that. The Magician showing up twice. Huh. Is this going round and round about figuring out how this is going to work, and you're like, you know what, I've given it enough time, I've given it enough thought, I just need to kind of withdraw and think about what is best for me at this point, because maybe your energy was so focused on giving all these possible scenarios for your person that you forgot yourself. And so as soon as they come to a decision, you're just like, okay, now it's my turn to withdraw and think about things. I'll get back to you in a little bit, but I gotta figure out, because I was so caught up in trying to hold it all together that I forgot myself, and now I don't know what the heck I want. Now I don't know if I can do this anymore. I don't know. I know you're satisfied, but I don't know if I am. I need to think about this. For some of you, it could even be another person entering the picture that causes you to kind of go, whoa, you know, refigure everything because of an introduction of a new person. For others of you, it's when you finally do reach the point of exhaustion and you're like, okay, I need some time for myself. There's other possibilities, either with work or just other things, like life goes on, and you're like, you know what, maybe we don't have to be together. We don't have to salvage. Maybe it's going to be okay. But this is all about you realizing that. I don't think you expected the twist for the other person to be waiting on you to make this decision, to figure out what you want. I don't think you saw it coming, because I don't think that you realized how much you were doing for everybody else around you but for yourself. I think that's where the twist is. What's unexpected. So this is about you all of a sudden not only taking the time to focus on yourself because you didn't realize how tired you were, but also the shift between the other person waiting on you to make the decision, and for some of you it's because another person enters the picture, or it's because other opportunities come into play where all of a sudden this salvaging the relationship, you're realizing, I don't know if that's what's best for me anymore. In light of all this new showing up, I don't know if this is what's best for me or us anymore. It still feels like there's a strong focus or loyalty on this person and your past situation, though. I don't feel like there's any pettiness here. It feels like you two are both pretty strong people, and it's all about wanting to do the right thing. But it's like you realize you need to take a minute because you're kind of just fighting for the sake of fight, or like you're kind of trying to make something happen for the sake of preservation, and you kind of lost yourself, or it didn't factor in what was best for you or what you wanted. All right. Okay. So this is about you being waited on at this point, instead of you trying to salvage everything and you waiting on someone. This is about them turning around and waiting for your decision, and not knowing if it's such a good idea for you anymore. And I did that one. Okay, all right. Okay, so I think I mentioned the coin flip. Didn't I mention the coin flip? All right, so get ready, get your question ready. I got a coin flip, and this has not been going well. The noise is horrible. I'm trying to have it land on here, and it lands everywhere but here. So just if it flips, ooh, I got the cat bed. Maybe I'll just, all right. I'm gonna put the cat bed right here because it's loud when it lands on the floor, the wood floor. It's not carpet, of course. Right? Couldn't be carpet. Be too easy. So I'm gonna try and flip, but if it bounces off, I got the cat bed here ready. All right, okay. So let's get your question ready, Gemini. I don't have one. Get your question ready. Ready, go. Oh, mother of pearl, that's loud. All right. It's yes upside down, which is potential for it, but there's misgivings and there's things yet to be determined. So it's like a cautious yes. It's like that's going to have to be something that you feel strongly about after vetting the situation, after taking time to think, after doing your due diligence on your own behalf, which is kind of reiterating what was said before about how all of a sudden you're realizing halfway through the month that, whoa, I haven't thought about what I want or what I can actually commit to in good faith over this. Like I need to consider how I feel about this. I can't just, do it for the sake of such and such anymore. I can't. And at some point during the month you realize that, and it becomes about, all right, I just need to make sure that I'm on board with this too. I can't try to save everybody else like I've been trying to do until I know that I feel like it's worth saving or that it's my job to do so. Maybe right now is a time for me to look out for myself. But this is all about you deciding that. So again, with the vetting, needing to vet the situation more because the potential is there. This person is now on board. But you have to be on board too, otherwise it's like a false yes. Just because they're on board, which is what you spent the majority of time trying to salvage and hold things together until they made their decision. Their decision is yes. What about yours? I don't know anymore. You know what I mean? All right. All right, Gemini. What else for Gemini? So much for the cat bed. Crikey. All right. So that's just slopping stuff all over the place. That was 6 of Pentacles, which we see here. What else for Gemini? Okay. That was 8 of Wands. Huh. Wow. Again, with the all of a sudden out of the blue. It could be a number of things. It could be physically moving out or moving. This is someone moving back in the name of salvaging something, in the name of doing the right thing, in the name of, yes, I've made up my mind. I do want to give more. I do want to have this be reciprocal. I am ready now. So it could be somebody moving in. It could be you finding out of the blue, somebody sends word that they're, that your person is like, yeah, I've decided, I've made up my mind, I do want to come back. Or this could be you deciding in the name of doing the right thing, you either want to move out, or this is you halting negotiations, halting everything because you need more time to figure out what the right thing to do is. Either way, it feels like you're on good terms with the person you're communicating with, and I still feel like it's going to be you that is going to have the final say because they're finally okay with it. They've decided. They've made their mind up. It's taken them a while, but they made their mind up. So now it gets to be about you figuring out what you want, and they are going to be the one waiting. Not like, give them a taste. Not like that. It's not petty. It's just, I think somewhere along the way you kind of forgot yourself, and now the focus should be on you and what you think is right. And you have your cautious yes or your yes, but it needs to be vetted further for whatever your question was. All right, Gemini, I hope this is helpful. Hope to see you in the next reading. Happy October. You take care.